participating in what should be an excellent game. Let's get down to the field. It's time for kick. Fielded about a yard deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. They'll throw on first down with Griffin. Blitz coming, and down he goes. C.J. Mosley in there to get him for a loss of 5.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway. But when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Alfred Blue, the man he was looking for. And now it's third down.
But there's no trace of nervousness there. He was able to diagnose that play from his linebacker position, stay in excellent coverage, and bat the ball away.
I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is third and long. Third and long. It's Griffin. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he's brought down after a good gain. That one goes for 24 yards.
Well, the advantage has certainly shifted to the defense as we began that third down play, and they found a way to foil it and pick up a first down.
Third time's a charm, right? 2 incompletions. Had to have it on third, and they got it.
Yeah, they stuck with it, weren't daunted at all, and picked it up.
Throwing now, Griffin on first down. And that's incomplete. He was looking for the connection with Devin Funchess. And now it's second down.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he sensed being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Second down now after the incompletion. Time running out here on the play clock. Now a run. This is Alfred Blue. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Well, they know how to protect the pass, but sometimes cornerbacks, they can also stop the run, can't they?
Is that what we call a complete corner? Yeah, because we're so used to these guys just being defenders in the pass game. How about the guys who can come up and make the tackles? That's what we just saw there for no gain, too.
The Broncos going dime. 2 extra defensive backs for third down.
Playing pass all the way.
On third down, Griffin. He finds his man, Baldwin. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48.
I don't care how many times you tell the story, it never loses its luster for me. Doug Baldwin, undrafted out of Stanford, and plays like a #1 receiver should in the NFL. I don't care how you cover him. I don't care that his size isn't great. He's the one that typically comes up with the football.
Absolutely. His roots go all the way back to Gulf Breeze, Florida, where he's from, right on the water near Pensacola. And then, of course, to Stanford. And, boy, he's been good. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
This drive is turning into an extended one. And the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
On second down, here's Griffin. And the grab made by the tight end Pruitt. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line.
How about the timing on that one? Where they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, balls out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group. The play clock's running down. Now Griffin on first down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. Second down and 10. Second and 10. Once again, Griffin drops it to Blue. Complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
I like it. I like it. I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it. It really gets them amped up as they go forward.
Wide open receiver complete. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Their dangerous wide receiver, 27 yards. And the Eagles drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. He's got it, and the Eagles lead at 7-zip. After the touchdown, it's Dawson on to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Now the first carry here for Frank Gore. And he's brought down. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
I thought guys that were over 30 weren't supposed to run the football this well in the National Football League. How about that veteran leadership? A big-time run combined with some nice blocking by his offensive line, showing that the ins and outs of being a veteran still has his place in this league. His odometer is not totally turned over yet.
Back alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Bronco football to begin quarter number 2, and they've got it here with a first down. Gore again here on first down. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
And he's going to be wrapped up and driven down. Aaron Donald in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, that allows your blitzers to get there.
Looking deep downfield. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt, and the Eagles take possession. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. A good pick up there of 20 yards. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
2 minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout. Second down now after the pass completion. Now Griffin on second down. It's caught on the left side by Baldwin. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. So the offense has it 1st and 10. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. On 1st down, Griffin. And this one complete to Martellus Bennett. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up in the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Zach Brown, the outside linebacker, drops him for a loss of 6. On second down, Griffin. His throw caught right around the 6. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
From the gun, it's Griffin. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Martellus Bennett, the intended receiver. And that'll make it 3rd down.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable. Usually an excellent target and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
So they're coming up here on the 9th play of the drive, and it's 3rd and goal. They go read option with Griffin. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So as they take it over, we step aside. And the kick for the 41-year-old is up and good. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we send you on over to Orlando, where we'll check in with Larry Ridley. He's got our EA Sports halftime report. Larry? So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And last year, that would have been a net gain of 5 on the return. This year, he stopped where he would have been if he had taken a knee, and that's at the 25. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they felt like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. A gain of 3, second down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense, and guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to third down. And the Eagles will go with an extra DB here as they prepare for a stop on third. Looking for Benjamin, but it's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu, and to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
toe
that.
Bashed it.
Super toe.
Play action. It's Griffin. Now look out. Griffin hit, and he lost the football. It's loose. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. And coming out now, the Broncos. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be second and about a yard. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Now Wilson on second down. Caught on the left side by Benjamin. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. On first and 10, it's Wilson. Benjamin with it over the middle. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. And quickly, they get to the line.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Throwing again here, Wilson drops it underneath the goal. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. This will be caught inside the 10. 26 yards on the pickup there. And the Broncos are going to have it first and goal. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. They'll try and push it in with Gore. And this is not going to do it as he stopped at the 2-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
They come out with one back and three tight ends. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Russell Wilson scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And the Broncos have cut it to within a score.
And the sneak works on 2nd and goal. They didn't wait until it was 4th down to try and get him across.
No, and I think if you're the QB, you like these plays, don't you? I mean, you want to hand it off sometimes, but also prove that you can get it in there as well.
Yeah, it makes you really part of the gang, doesn't it? It makes you part of the crew, and it really bonds you with those big offensive linemen because then you get to celebrate with the big fellas.
The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Back now in Arlington. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there, and now it's 3rd down and inches. They come out here in the eye. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down.
3rd and inches, they just hand it to the big battering ram there. That's football 101, isn't it? That's bread and butter. Turn around and hand it to the big fella and let him get forward for a 1st down.
On 1st and 10, it's Griffin. He hits Baldwin right side. It's a gain of 14 there, and it'll be 1st down Eagles.
Some think the teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
So they're leading. They have possession of the football, and certainly this is where they just want to milk the clock. They come out with one back and three tight ends. This is the running back, Blue. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
And the defense in desperate need of a stop. They have to get off the field and get the ball back to their offense if they want a chance. Now Griffin on 2nd down. And complete on the right side to Bennett. And he's brought down after a good gain. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. Shift together here from the D-line. Play clock winding down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And down inside the 15 he goes. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
You have to control the guy playing over the nose in order to run the ball up the middle against a 3-4, and they did that very well on that play. And that hurts the linebackers because what they're counting on, especially the guys in the middle, is that nose taking on 2, sometimes 3 blockers, eating those guys up around the linebackers to run free and make a play. But when they can...
Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Oh, Griffin's going to throw. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. It's a gain of 9 yards. And that is going to set up a 3rd and 1.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. Now RG3. Now look at this. They get there he goes, left side. A great read, and it's picked off. The 40, the 20, 10, 5. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll probably wish he reconsidered here. It'll cost him 10 yards now with a new rule as he's down at the 15-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. 1 possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Fresh set of downs here. Back to throw. Flush to his right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
They'll look to throw. Finding time. He's going to let it fly. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
And the offense looks to pick up the first here on 3rd after that incompletion. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. He'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Down 4 late. Got to go for it here on 4th down. Here we go. It's Griffin on 4th down. Dancing to his left. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over.
It's so important to find players you can really commit to in these first few rounds. You'd hate to have to readdress these same positions later on. Boy, you talk about a friendly turn of the cards. This is a great round for these guys as they get themselves a dynamic player right here. Definitely some options with this pick. Do you take a skill player here or get yourself... Yeah, that's the kind of guy who can elevate that entire unit. He's a very talented addition. Still some big holes remaining to be filled. Here's where you may have to go after a lower-rated player just to make sure you get coverage in all areas. And this team does have a lot of needs, but this guy is a legitimate star, and he'll make everyone around him better. Three choices here, all of them impact players. Yeah, maybe not the pick that's going to change this team's fortune, but he is an improvement over what they had. Maybe not a huge upgrade over what they had already, but they're certainly building up some depth there. Now it's getting to the time of the draft where you really want to get lucky and hope somebody falls into your lap. It's the age-old question on draft day. What's the bigger need, offense or defense? Both offensive and defensive options here. They might have to ask themselves which side of the ball needs more attention. This is a pretty telling pick here. Do you go for a big bruiser up front or get yourself someone who could be a difference maker at a skill position? Boy, it's finger crossing time now. With the end in sight and a few more holes to fill, you've got to be hoping that there's still a gem or two that becomes available. And with time running short, you've got to hope some guys fall into your lap, or you could be left with some real holes on your roster.
Thank you, Larry. So the picks are in. We welcome you to this Draft Champions contest. I'm Brandon Gaudin along with Charles Davis, ready to call the action. And let's get to it. Down to the field. It's time for kickoff. And it's the birth of a new club as we're underway in Draft Champions. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. They go play action here on first down. Flushed out right. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball in this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
On the ground, this is Isaiah Crowell. And a nice pickup as this one gets him to the 10-yard line. Give him 4 yards there, but still in a big hole, 3rd and long.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. 3rd and long here for Mario. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
So many components go into a well-executed screen pass. You've got to sell, sell, sell. Offensive line's got to sell like they've missed blocks, and then they move out, and they're out in front of the running back. He's got to sell that he's trying to block, and then he slips out into the route. The quarterback has to sell that maybe he's trying to throw it downfield. Instead, he slips it off to the running back, and when you get one set perfectly, you have to catch the ball, and that didn't happen on that play.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this one down to the 45. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. So the first carry of the game under the belt for Emmitt Smith. And, of course, in his career, over 18,000 rushing yards, the all-time leader.
He could probably rest easy for a while about people chasing that number down. He's going to stay at the top because everyone's flinging it around instead of running it. We're going to need a real running back renaissance and an emphasis on the ground game to put that record in jeopardy. Is anyone even close right now?
Frank Gore about 6,000 away, and then AP 7,000 away still around there.
Wow, that's a lot of yards to make up. I think Emmitt Smith feels pretty good about the number he posted, 18,355 yards.
Escaping the pressure right. And this complete to Henry over the middle. And he's brought down. They'll get 16 yards there. And that'll be good enough for the first.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down. If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
To throw again is Ryan. Oh, nearly a disaster there on the check down. But they'll get it back.
Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
Ryan will throw again. Being chased out left. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal. Here we go now with Smith. And he is into the end end zone for a touchdown. A great play there. Taking it in. And his guys have taken a first-quarter lead. So Emmitt Smith hits pay dirt. Back in his day, he had 175 of those in his career.
25 in 1995. You know they talk about people who have a nose for the end zone?
He had it.
Emmitt Smith was about full body immersion.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. Fighting through. And the decision to bring it out proves somewhat fruitful as he is able to get it across the 25 by a little bit. The 49ers offense now, they work their way back onto the field. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically, what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding where to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
And he's brought down. Give him 16 on the pickup, and it'll be first down 49ers.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
2nd down, Mariota. And he fires one incomplete. Robert Woods, former USC man, the intended target, and it's 3rd and short. Third down and 3. Third and short yardage, Mariota. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. Now this offense ready to head back out there. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go around. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Jabal Sheard in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Here's Ryan. And the hook up here with Jalen Strong complete. Give him 9 on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. Simple slant route, and partner, a really nice hard throw by the quarterback.
Nice timing between the quarterback and the receiver. They were perfectly in sync, and he put it right on him on the inside route.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. On 3rd down, Ryan. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a 3rd down stop by them.
Here we go on 4th down with Ryan. Sliding out of the pocket. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. They'll run it again with Crowell. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. From the gun on 3rd down. And they get to Mariota here as he's dropped on the sack. Here's Brad Nordman now. On for his 2nd punt. He'd take a repeat of his 1st. And time for us to take a break. My good friend Charles and I right back at you after this. Here's Brad Nordman now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And this will be taken at the 13. And he is out of bounds, getting it across the 30-yard line. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. One receiver left, 3 to the right. They go back to the air here after the INT. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay inbounds and complete the catch.
And a great Ryan hit, and he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Ryan. Big pressure coming, and they got him once again. And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. Taken from just outside the 30. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
And they're going to hurry back to the line now. They keep it with Crowell on 1st. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So the run moves the chains, and here we go on 1st down. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. 1st down, Mariota. And Steve Smith hauls it in. They'll get 16 yards there. And the 49ers are going to get a 1st.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Mariota on first down. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. And he's brought down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This a 40-yard attempt from the left hash. And the 13-year man puts it through. So we reach intermission here in a low-scoring game. 7-3 is our score. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So here they come, the road team now getting the football first to start this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you turned that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. And the offense behind the chains here a touch on 2nd and 11. On 2nd down, here's Ryan. Eluding the pressure right. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Whenever I see an in-route dropped, as we just saw in that play, I'm always thinking that in the back of their mind, they're worried about what's coming at them because they're going towards traffic on that route as opposed to being away from it and maybe having a little bit more space.
3rd and 11. And some extra depth to the secondary here. They're in the dime. They come out 5 wide. 3 of them to the right side. From the gun on 3rd down, Ryan. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Hunter Henry. And now it's 4th down. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
So possession goes over here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
no, tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker board?
Yeah, those two. I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. On 1st and 10, here's Mariota. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. Touchdown, 49ers. Isaiah Crowell, 43 yards. And once again, the 49ers are back out in front. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. The 49ers ready to kick it away, and here we go. The return now by Alford. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And now back out comes the offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. And yet again, this run game just continues to be completely shut off.
Completely stymied. I mean, they're trying to get some consistency, trying to find places to roam. They just haven't been there throughout this game.
They go play action now. Ryan. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The intended target, Doug Baldwin. Third down here.
Well, the pressure, the hits, the sacks have been coming at him all game long. I'm frankly surprised that they haven't found a solution yet to create more time for him to throw it or maybe change what they do on offense.
And that's one of the biggest differences in this game and why they're losing right now. And with a 3rd and 13 here, the defense in a dime look. The tight end changing his position. 3rd and long. It's Ryan. And he comes back with one complete. 12 yards is the pickup there, and that'll bring up 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. Here we go on 4th down with Ryan. He finds his man, Baldwin. Call it a 3-yard gain. And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
And he's brought down. It'll go as a gain of 12. And that'll give him a first down. So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. All right, Charles, quick Emmitt Smith story. You've heard of the Madden video game, right?
I have heard of the Madden video game, well, no doubt about it.
The legend goes that Coach Madden said players used to come up to him all the time and complain that their ratings were too low. The only person, though, that came up and said, hey, mine's too high, Emmitt Smith.
You're kidding.
How can you rate Emmitt Smith too high? That's the question.
Boy, talk about humble. That's taking modesty to a new level.
Now Ryan on 2nd down. Right side complete. That's Woods. Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
It's caught on the left side by Baldwin. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
And that's understanding where the markers are, because it's not just running to them. Because on the catch, you could actually be pushed back before the first down. It's getting past it and allowing that opportunity to drip back towards the first down line and still having picked it up. Really well run.
So that's complete. And he's brought down. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
On the carry, here's Smith. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. On 2nd down, here's Ryan. Baldwin with it over the middle. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, You enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Give him 16 yards on the play. And the decision to go for it pays off. They've got a 1st and goal. Boy, that's some kind of effort. When he caught it, I doubted if he could get there. Knew it was going to be close, but credit him. Really good effort.
How about the rack on that play, the run after catch? But most of the time we think of it as just being an open.
Now with the play clock down to 2, we're going to get a timeout here. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field. Defense showing blitz. Back to throw. Well, he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. That'll leave him with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. He took a hit on that last play. Now let's see how he and the offense respond on 2nd. He'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. And avoids the contact by sliding. That one good for 10 yards. And that is going to set up 3rd and goal. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. From the 3-yard line again, they'll try and punch it in here on 3rd and goal. Back to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. It's Shaq Thompson.